Wild sexual activities in an African country. The untold reality. Africa, a land of mystery, tradition, and deep-rooted culture. But beyond the breathtaking landscapes and rich heritage, a hidden world of wild sexual activities exists, one that many choose to ignore, yet thrives in secret. From exclusive underground parties to shocking cultural practices, certain parts of the continent have become hotspots for some of the most extreme and unconventional sexual encounters. What's fueling this secret world? Is it culture, desperation, or pure desire? Which African country is at the center of these controversial activities? And how far does it really go? Stay tuned, because what you're about to hear will leave you speechless. And please, you may subscribe and like as you are watching. Thanks, all right? Back to our Route 1, a hidden world. That few speak about. In certain African cities, there exists an underground sexual scene that is both thrilling and shocking. While the outside world sees conservative values, behind closed doors, wild encounters take place in secret locations, luxurious mansions, hidden nightclubs, and private resorts where anything goes. High-profile figures, wealthy foreigners, and local elites come together in exclusive, invite-only events where partners are exchanged and boundaries are pushed. In nightlife hotspots, young women and men are lured into extravagant parties where sex, money, and power collide in ways most people wouldn't believe. Sex tourism has created a billion-dollar industry, with foreigners traveling miles just to experience the untamed side of Africa. But that's just one side of the story. Two cultural practices that blur the line. Some of these activities are deeply rooted in tradition and cultural beliefs. In certain African societies, sexual practices take a different form, one that is seen as sacred rather than scandalous. Rituals that involve intimacy as part of initiation ceremonies still exist in some communities. Young people are introduced to sexual experiences in structured settings, often with older members of the tribe. In some traditions, wife sharing among close friends or family members is a sign of loyalty and respect, even though it may seem unthinkable to outsiders. Certain fertility rituals require sexual encounters with spiritual leaders, under the belief that it will bring prosperity or cleanse past misfortunes. These practices may have existed for generations, but today they clash with modern society, creating debates on morality, ethics, and human rights. The role of poverty, power, and influence beyond culture. There's another reason why these wild sexual activities thrive: money and survival. In some places, economic hardship has turned sex into currency, fueling a dangerous cycle of exploitation. Young women and even men engage in transactional relationships, offering intimacy in exchange for financial support. Rich elites control the underground world, paying large sums to gain access to exotic and extreme sexual experiences. Alcohol and drugs play a major role, with many parties turning into dangerous, uncontrollable events that expose participants to life-altering risks. But what happens when things go too far? The consequences no one talks about. While some view this hidden world as a form of freedom and pleasure, the reality is far more disturbing. Behind the thrill, there are dangerous consequences. The rise of sexually transmitted diseases, including HIV/AIDS, continues to spread in alarming numbers. Many young people are trapped in a cycle of abuse and exploitation, unable to escape the grip of this underground world. Certain communities face moral and social breakdown as traditional values clash with modern-day sexual exploration. Governments and organizations have made efforts to fight back. Education programs, stricter laws, and awareness campaigns. But the question remains, is it enough? Or is this secret world too deeply embedded in society to ever be controlled? In conclusion, wild sexual activities in certain African countries are a reality that few want to acknowledge. From secret parties to cultural rituals, from power-driven indulgence to economic survival, this hidden world continues to thrive. But will Africa ever confront this reality? Or will these activities remain in the shadows, fueling controversy and debate for years to come? Subscribe to Africa Tribal for more eye-opening content.